Before you apply to study in France, look at these numbers. Public master tuitions fees around 4,000 euros per year. Work limit 964 hours per year. Minimum wage around 1,700 euros. Unemployment rate around 7% nationally. These are official numbers and they can change how you think about your decision. No drama, just facts. France officially aims to host 30,000 Indian students by 2030. Public university tuition fees for non-EU students is regulated by French state. As of 2026, the master's tuitions come somewhere around 4,000 euros per year. Students can legally work for 964 hours per year. That equals almost around 20 hours per week. Indian graduates can apply for APS, allowing them up to 1+1 year to search for employment. On papers, this looks fancy and attractive. But here's the fact most videos skip. France regulates access. France does not regulate the outcome. That entirely depends on the job market. Hi, I'm Ramya and I have studied here for 2 years and now I'm searching for a job under APS. Let's talk about why France suddenly became so popular. After Brexit, UK changed its immigration frameworks. The tuition fees in UK usually comes around 15,000 to 25,000 pounds per year. That's roughly double or triple the fees that is compared to public universities in France. There are also ongoing discussions about reducing the dependence and tightening the post-study pathways. Canada announced caps on international study permits in 2024. Some provinces even restricted private college pathways. Processing time shot up. Now, for Germany, it requires APS verification for Indians. Blocked account requirement above 11,000 euros per year. Germany public universities tuition fee is either low or completely zero. But upfront financial requirement is extremely high. Now, compare France. France does not require a blocked account around 11,000 euros like Germany. Instead, students must show their financial means, but the structure is different. France positioned itself as regulated and affordable. That's why Indians' interest increased in France. But trending does not mean it's easy. Now let's talk about the tuition structure in France. 4,000 euros per year for non-EU students in public university. Private business schools fees come around 10,000 euros to 25,000 euros plus, and it all depends on where your school is, which school is it, and what is its ranking, and so many other criteria. Many YouTube videos talk about only the 4,000 euros number. But most Indian students apply to business schools, not private universities. That changes the financial model completely. And this is important. And this is where many students realize something. Getting information about France is easy, but organizing the entire process properly is where most people struggle. Documents, timeline, choosing programs, avoiding mistakes, that part is not as straightforward as YouTube makes it look. So for students who prefer having structured guidance during that phase, there are services built specifically for that. This segment is supported by Ecole Mentor. They work with students planning higher education in France, helping them structure application, understanding requirements, and organize the process step by step. If you are currently researching how to approach your study plans, you can explore their services and decide whether it's useful for you. As always, compare options, do your own research, and choose what fits your situation best. Now, whether someone uses support or does everything independently, one thing doesn't change. Work right versus reality. Students can work up to 964 hours per entire year. Now let's calculate. 964 hours for 12 months. That comes around 80 hours per month. If the minimum wage is around 12 euros per hour, this is what you get. Gross per month. And after social contribution, the take home is lower. This is the maximum legal scenario, not guaranteed availability, okay? Also remember, if you exceed 964 hours, you violate visa conditions and the risk is real. Now, APS, the most important segment, post study work visa, and that's where I am at right now. Indian graduates get 1 plus 1 year of APS, other nationalities often just 12 months. Now, here's the important part. APS allows job search, it does not guarantee employer sponsorship. To convert APS to a long term work permit, you need a qualifying contract, salary meeting the threshold, employer paperwork. And this is where the competition actually begins. Now let's talk about the numbers that actually matter. France's unemployment rate as of 2025 is 7%. Youth unemployment is higher than the national average. And this matters because you are not entering an empty market. You are entering a matured economy with structured hiring system. And many companies prefer apprentice candidates, interns already inside the systems, and French speaking applicants. This is not discrimination, it's just hiring logic. Eurostat's reports say that almost 39% of French speak conversational English, meaning English only roles do exist, but they are limited compared to the total job market, especially outside Paris. And if you are coming to France without French, your job pool shrinks tremendously. That's just simple math. Salary versus cost of living. The hard numbers. The full-time minimum wage, SMIC 2026, approximately equals to 1700 euros gross monthly. And net comes around 1350 to 1450 euros approximately. Now, average expenses. Rent outside Paris comes around 600 to 900 euros. Rent inside Paris comes around 900 to 1400 euros. Transport Navigo, that is according to 2026, is around 80 euros per month. Food you can consider about 250 to 300 euros per month. Utilities plus insurance, your Wi-Fi, your phone bill and electricity, almost around 100 to 150 at least. Even at entry level salary, the savings are extremely limited. And this could be a stability phase, not the wealth building stage. And initially, when I came here, I thought part-time job, getting one and then doing it would be easy because it's just 20 hours. Like anybody could do 20 hours legally, and it is allowed, right? Because you've been working for such a long time back in India. But the reality was different. Legal permission is not the job availability. And I thought my work experience back in India would help me directly, which apparently did not happen. It may help in getting an interview, but most employers value local experience, especially for your first CDD or CDI roles. And that's when you can utilize your internship experience if you had done in France. So internship is extremely important. And also getting an internship is much more easier, but when compared to CDD and CDI, I'm not saying it is easy, but when you compare, yes, it could be definitely easier. And I also thought social life would be fast and active and all fun. But the reality, after 6 p.m., the cities are usually quiet and people don't even want to get out of their comfort home settings. So meeting people is really difficult here and making new friends. I would say the rhythm is different, not entirely negative. And this could be the structural difference. Tell me which of these numbers you did not know or came across as a shocker to you. Now let's discuss what most students do not calculate. Before applying, ask yourself, have I calculated full 2 years expense? What if I don't find a job in 12 months of APS? Can I financially survive longer? Am I prepared to restart professionally? Am I willing to invest serious time in learning a new language, that is French? And these questions are most important than just getting an admission in French university. This makes sense if you want a long-term European job experience. You are patient. You understand regulated systems. You are financially prepared. And this will definitely frustrate you if you expect a quick income jump. You assume policy equals placements. You compare directly to US salary standard. And in next episode, we build the exact 2-year cost model. Tuition, rent, deposit, emergency fund, and lots more with numbers. Because admission is just step 1. Sustainability is step 2. Do drop your questions in the comments if you have any. I would love to clear them out. If I don't know, I'll at least try to get it from the experts. I am active on Instagram, so do follow me on Instagram as well. That's it for this video. So see you in another one. Until then, bye-bye.